Well, I was diagnosed with lymphocytic colitis in 2021. I had actually been experiencing kind of leaky gut symptoms for almost a decade. In about 2013, I had started having new food allergies, skin reactions, lots of intolerances to food. So it kind of was the precursor and unfortunately, ultimately led to the colitis. When my symptoms first started, I woke up at like 6 a.m. one day and I had very urgent diarrhea. And I thought, oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It never got better. So it's just kind of intensified to the point where I was at about 7 to 8 completely diarrhea bowel movements a day.
Yeah.
I had extreme urgency to the point where I was always wondering, am I going to make it, to the bathroom? I had cramping, I had bloating, I had pain, just general discomfort pretty much all the time. I got to a point where I also developed a histamine intolerance during those symptoms. So eating certain foods, then I was getting hives every day. So it always felt like I didn't know what to eat. I couldn't keep anything in me, and I just didn't know what to do with all these symptoms, and it was like nothing I had ever experienced before. Well, I was reading all these books, I was reading other people's accounts of how things have gone for them. I just didn't know where to start. There was different diets, different supplements, but I was like, where do I even begin on all of this?
Especially when you're only eating 3 foods or 2 foods. What diet? What's happened to your symptoms now? Where are your symptoms?
I'm down to 1 to 2 fully formed normal bowel movements a day.
Okay. Awesome.
No urgency, no cramping. I haven't had hives for a long time.
Wow.
I can eat different foods.
You eat a variety of food. And you've had a few celebration meals, eating completely not something healthy, just going and eating some stuff.
Yeah, getting back into something like a restaurant where I felt like maybe I'd never get to eat food not prepared by me ever again.
Yeah. And so what about any medications? Are you still on those steroids?
Nope. I'm completely off medications.
And I remember when we talked about you getting off the steroids, we were real worried. We took our time because of how well you were doing. You didn't want to give up how well we were doing. And what about your weight? You've been able to gain your weight back?
I've gained 13 pounds.
All right.
And I was back to the weight that I was before I was diagnosed.
And what about your energy?
Well, I definitely am able to do things like exercise again without feeling uncomfortable or, totally exhausted with trying to, go through a workout. I was in so much pain. I had usually been doing yoga. I couldn't even bend over at the waist. I just felt so uncomfortable. And now I've been doing yoga for weeks on end every day, feeling great about it. Well, I definitely felt like I was noticing at least some improvement in the first 1 to 2 months for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, things like my histamine intolerance were a little more stubborn. They took some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty close into when I started.
Yeah.
Things started to get better pretty quick.
Yeah, we saw kind of like a boom and then like a boom, 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 boom. And you've been feeling good for a few months now. Okay, wonderful. And what has that done for your sense of self-confidence around your own personal health and what your doctor says, or your confidence in your happiness, your personal happiness? What is that? How has that shifted how you see life, how you see health, how you see what you can do?
I definitely have made my health my priority, and this really kind of brought that to the forefront for me, that I needed to focus on myself. And it was okay to focus on myself, even though my job was taking care of other people. I needed to be my own doctor a little bit more often.
And what do you do for a living, by the way?
I'm an optometrist. I'm an eye doctor.
You're an eye doctor, and that is a lot of work and sometimes a lot of stress and a lot of intensity on your life. And do you felt like you can handle that stress and handle that workload better now because of this?
Well, I was really concerned that I would have to run to the bathroom in the middle of an exam or, leave my patients hanging. But yeah, I'm confident in my work days. I don't even think about it usually. it's just that's something that I used to deal with, and I'm kind of back to my normal self. I actually had a visit with my gastroenterologist, and he told me that I should stay on steroids indefinitely, and that he gave me all kinds of terrible diet advice, that I should be eating tons of fiber, and that, all I was experiencing was a minor inconvenience in my life.
Yeah.
And I felt like, he totally didn't understand what I was going through and was pretty much 0% help. So I needed to go find something with people with actual experience with this, and just to guide me in the right direction. Maybe my path wasn't going to look exactly like somebody else's, but at the same time, having someone go through it seems to just create so much more of a community, and you can really just kind of, I guess, find a way that maybe isn't the path that somebody else would take, but you can take ideas from each person and then build your own. Honestly, I want to be an example. I want to give people hope that we don't feel like in our community maybe that we're as noticed as something like UC, because it's obviously very serious, but at the same time, for the people who feel like their life is over, they're homebound, worrying about where's the bathroom all the time, that you can do something about this. You can get your life back, and you don't have to be worried every hour of every day about when you're gonna go next. It is something that you can heal. If I can heal, you can definitely